Please help me welcome the creative director of the newly announced title, The Crew, Julian Gerighty. It's always good to see you, man. Congratulations on the announcement of the game. You guys have been working on it for a while, but now you finally get to talk about it. And it's a unique entry into the racing genre. Tell us about The Crew.
So, The Crew's been, as you said, developed for a while now. We've been on it for about 4 years. Small team based in the south of France called Ivory Tower. Super senior guys, 15 years of experience working together, passionate about cars. And they've had this vision of creating a massive world that car enthusiasts can share and drive everywhere together. And that basically is the core, the heart of The Crew.
Yeah.
So, you know, the nutshell answer, MMO car PG.
MMO car PG. I love that. That is great. I wish I came up with it, but I didn't. So let's talk about what a car PG is, because, you know, obviously just the name itself indicates that you and your buddies are going to have an opportunity to traverse this world together. And, you know, we saw you demo it on the stage. Good job, by the way. With
Thank you very much.
Yesterday, what exactly do you do in this game? You're calling your friends in, you're accomplishing tasks. It seems like a game that just so happens to take place in cars, but has a lot of other elements.
Well, I mean, the first building block to that is this massive world. And this massive world is the entire USA. What that really means for us and for players is all of this variety that you have within the world. You want to drive on city streets, illegal street races, takedowns in the middle of New York and Detroit, wherever you want, you can do that. But if you want to just take things easy and just explore national parks, forests, sand dunes and things like that, you can do that too.
Right.
And the greatest thing about this game is that the entire world is a persistent online universe. So it doesn't force you to play with other people. You can be playing by yourself, doing all of these missions, these little skills, that type of thing. That's not a problem. It just creates life around you. In the same way that a World of Warcraft, you can play by yourself.
Right.
But it's that much more fun to crew up with other people and play it. And that's the next part of this game, is we allow people and we encourage people to form a crew and to do all of these missions cooperatively together. Yeah. And that really is what makes this game super special.
Yeah, and talk about the missions themselves. So what types of things will you be doing? Yesterday we saw kind of hunting down and defeating a armored car.
Yep.
You know, the only thing that came to my mind is how do you keep that going? I mean, it seems like, have you found it to be challenging to come up with interesting tasks? You know, in an MMO, you can come up with beasts all day to slay, but with the vehicles, has that provided you a unique opportunity to get super creative?
Again, I think we have to be creative to get people to continue playing, because the way we saw this was, how do we make the experience really thrilling from the first hour to the 20th hour and then to the 50th hour. Right. So first block there is we have a story campaign. Now the story campaign, I like to see it as a tutorial for the entire systems in the game. That lasts about 20 hours and it takes you from Detroit to New York to Miami to Las Vegas to Los Angeles. It's an adventure, renewing the overall objective. You're still driving cars, but it renews the whole objective every single region that you get to, with different missions, with different races, with different things like that. The second thing is, this is an RPG, so you're constantly upgrading your car, you're constantly upgrading your equipment. And with the people that you're going to be recruiting on this adventure, you can choose power-ups, skills, perks, with them comforts like better boosts, cooldown timers for the police, things like that. So it really is this approach of spinning the entire adventure over 20, 30, 40, 50 hours.
Yeah, and with such diversity in environments, you know, a lot of people build a racing game and they confine it to, you know, thinking about the tracks, thinking about, you know, the specific things that are going to translate into that racing experience. That also must be super challenging too, to say, you know, hey, let's jump into the Midwest and have wide open racing, or city streets in New York. So talk about the flow of the gameplay and what you're trying to accomplish there, because it seems like it can go in a variety of ways.
So again, the story of the game starts in the Midwest, in Detroit, the birthplace of car culture.
Good place to start.
And we're going to start you off with a street racing car. You're going to have to create your rep on the street racing circuit. You'll go to St. Louis, to Chicago afterwards, and once you've completed all the missions there, you unlock the New York East Coast region. And there, they'll be giving you this new tuning kit, a dirt tuning kit, that allows you to go completely off-road. That constantly makes you access different areas.
Gotcha.
It's almost like Super Metroid in the way that extra thing that you unlock, okay, I can go back and unlock a few areas that I'd seen but that I couldn't access. So that's the type of thing that we're doing.
Super Metroid car PG. My mind is, I can't handle all this.
Those are my favorite games. My favorite games are Super Metroid car PG.
Right, but you mentioned the MMO aspect of this. So talk a little bit about how that works. So you'll find friends online, invite friends, and I'm assuming there might be things that you could only do in a group. That you couldn't do as an individual, or maybe in the same way as an MMO, unlock some things that are special to that instance. Is that correct?
There's a whole part of the game after you've completed everything, which is the PvP aspect. We're not going to be talking about this at E3. We'll talk about it a little bit later on this year, but that's really the long-term engagement there. So I look forward to coming back and talking about that.
I look forward to it too, and I look forward to meeting you online and joining your crew. Thanks so much, Julian, for always coming out and visiting us. We appreciate it.